Oh. Where are we? Am I crap. Sorry, guys. It's upside down. Let's see if I can do this without making you dizzy. Yeah. That looks a little out of focus. No. There you go. Holy cow. I'm so glad I wasn't hovering over that. Woo! Okay, I need to check this because I have very good information here. Where is it? That. Now, I gotta get this. I'm sorry I'm going late. Sorry, I'm going live so late. We just got back tonight. I had to unpack and I just had to go live because everything is moving so quickly. I just, what am I doing here? I could not miss out on this. So, wow, I am kind of fumbling all over the place. But come on, can I please go? Thank you. Come on. Okay, on. I picked this title because otherwise I think it would be suppressed. Okay, what else am I doing? What else am I doing? Am I good? That's good enough. Okay, yeah. So this weekend we were in Wisconsin. I will tell you guys that the energy there, I noticed a difference right away. I love going to Wisconsin, but the last couple years, it really has felt like there's been like a death grip in the air, and I knew it was the rusher. And this weekend, walking down the street, going to my favorite little shops, it was like it was gone because of the sanctions. Wisconsin felt very different in a very good way because I have missed that pure, sweet Wisconsin vibe because it has just felt tense there, in the air, everywhere. And that's not who Wisconsin is. So let me say hello to you guys. Hi, Michelle Mabel, Teresa, Beth, Kathy, Pammy, Bonnie, Cecile Paisley. Peace, hug, positive energy, encourage, exchange, helping us grow from my soul. Spark of unconditional love. That's so sweet. Sherry Ann. Hi. Jan, Carla. Did I get everyone? Sherry Ann, Lisa, Jens. How are ya? Rosie, Sequoia. Oh, hi, Strawberry. How are you guys doing up there in Canada? You guys doing good? Deba. Okay, I think we got. Oh, I got less buffering. Okay. So, hi, Jack D. Hi, Dream. Yeah. So we just got back. That's why I'm kind of a mess right now because we unpacked. But of course, this is where my brain has been, where all the news has been. I was trying to do some work up in Wisconsin. I only grabbed one deck of tarot cards. I left the computer at home on purpose. I was mad that I didn't bring it, but I know I wouldn't have done anything leisurely up there had I brought it. But anyway, a lot is happening. A lot is happening. There's good news. There's hopeful news. But seeing that things aren't going exactly as the opposition occupiers were kind of expecting, things are getting ratcheted up. Now, in one of the latest lives that I did, a couple things that I've been thinking about since then. Number one was, because this happened at the quarter moon. We had our quarter moon was it Wednesday? This is such a mess. Last Wednesday. And I was saying, okay, if you're going to go to war on someone, who needs to talk to, the astrologer in the Defense Department about when you should attack? Because he attacked at the third quarter moon. At a third quarter moon, you're wrapping up a lunation. You're done with stuff. You can't grow it. I mean, you can, but there isn't a lot of juice left in the machine. So the only way you can really go is down because the lunation is completing itself, okay? So the moon right now is in Aquarius. We're going to have a new moon in Pisces that's going to be super duper amazingly crazy magical come Wednesday, the day after the State of the Union, which is going to be amazing, okay? So just watch. The tides are going to completely turn again in such a favorable way. Vlad and his buddies, they're sloppy, they're lazy, they have terrible timing, terrible planning, and follow through. That is how they always have been. So I remember in the past reading, I was like, first, would you pick someone to charge forth in a third quarter moon, and then who in the tarot cards for their grand plan going forth, they just had 2 pip cards, a 2 of wands, yeah, I got a plan, and then a 2 of something reversed, which means you haven't really thought about this. This is reactionary on this scale. Are you kidding me? So he's a dud. All of them are duds. So we had that third quarter moon on Wednesday. On Sunday, we had our Pluto return. Okay, can we just talk about what a phenom Pelosi is yet again? Because I don't think I got to tell you guys this. You know what? And I swear to God, you know who I'm talking about when I say the sexiest man alive right now. That guy who knows how to dance. He was the voice for Paddington Bear there. That guy who's staying. He doesn't need a ride. He needs ammo. That guy. Because I'm afraid if I say his name, I'm going to start buffering. So, Speaker Pelosi, I have said a billion times, I swear to God, she is an astrologer or she is a master astrologer herself. When we had that Pluto return back on September when I talk about Sunday, oh my gosh, 2/20 was our Pluto return. Pluto came back to the place it was in the USA natal chart at 27 Capricorn, 33 minutes, 8 seconds, okay? It takes, a Pluto to travel the entire orbit of around the sun takes 248 years. We're a little bit early. Remember, Pluto is not a planet because, we have the sun here and then you got all the planets here, but they all rotate around the sun like this in this one plane. Pluto, the inclination of its orbit is like 20 degrees. Okay? And it's not perfectly centered. My theory is why Pluto is so powerful and the asteroids is because they're not on this flat plane. I mean, that looks kind of two-dimensional and flat, doesn't it, with just the orbits of our planets? You throw in a million asteroids dotting this whole thing, some go like they have all these weird erratic orbits. But what they do is they pass through other constellations, and they take that energy and they bring them in, and when they cross Earth, this plane, like that's like where stuff happens, okay? Especially when they're going up in the inclination or going down. It is like the stage changes, especially if they're really active and connected here. So asteroids are awesome. Pluto, technically dwarf planet, falls really much in alignment with asteroids, but look at how powerful that mofo is. It's awesome. So anyway, so we had this Pluto return on the 20th. And we have seen a lot of fallout since then. Speaker Pelosi, like I say, I think she's a master astrologer. You know how she spent that Sunday? She was in London. Yeah, just decided to go to London with like 4 or 5 people. Hey, what are you guys doing? You want to hang out, Parliament? Let's go hang out, Parliament. And we can hang out together on that Sunday. And then on Monday, I am going to tweet storm when the moon goes into Scorpio, all about our allies and NATO and how much stronger we are together. And we're going to fight corruption together and money laundering. Yeah, that's what Speaker Pelosi was doing. I saw all those tweets and on the 21st, and I just about fell over. So that's what she was doing. Meanwhile, you know, the convoy, Putin going in, and then you have, what's his name? Kanye. They're all saying 2/22/22, baby, we're going to go in and fight, which they're 2 days too late. We've already set the tone, and you're behind. You're behind again for initiating something, because not only did you miss this, now you have the third quarter moon squashing your plans, and you don't have a lot of space to go. 2 things I said about this Pluto return I knew were going to happen. First, I said there was going to be a ripple effect, and holy cow. 3 things. That's what we're seeing with our Pluto return, because at the Pluto return, is this it? In the US, in our chart, the ascendant, the rising sign in the east, where the sun rises, like the thing that gives you life, like in any of your days, you wake up, you see the sunrise, you know what kind of day it's going to be. That's what gives you life for the day. So this chart, what gives life to this chart with our Pluto return for the next 246 years is what's setting the tone. The sign of Cancer on the ascendant. And it was 23 degrees Cancer, which is a big slap in the face to Don Julio, because his Venus and Saturn are right there that he tries to hide. And now it's like the United States, every day she gets up, she's looking at what that mofo did, and we're never going to do that again. Because United States at 24 degrees Cancer, retrograde, that is USA's Mercury. So I love that we have a Mercury retrograde in the United States, because we're very thorough. But with this being retrograde, if it's going forward, Mercury is moving away from the ascendant, but because it's retrograde, it is moving towards the ascendant. So the next 246, 48 years, we're just going to be talking about that mofo, what he did, and mercurial things like our communications, our intercepts. We're going to be talking about home and family, and Cancer is a defensive sign. It defends home and the clan and the people. So this is how we wake up every day going forward, what he did, what we're going to do about it, and who we're going to partner with, how we are going to express what we're going to do, how we're going to implement plans and carry them out. Yeah. So that was going to happen. So we're having a ripple effect in communications and agreements since Wednesday. Everybody's on board. All the nations are on the same page to defend home, defend this clan because someone wants to take over. So that's one of the ripple effects. I mean, they were saying Germany, the first time they've been able to act and do something, this is the first time in 30 years. And then something else is the first time they've done something in 50 years. A lot of people are saying, this is a very strange war. I wasn't expecting to see this like this. And I'm like, really? I was. Because Trump, Putin are out. They were so incredibly blessed with the last Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, which we'll get to later. They're out. Someone else is in. And that was a great Jupiter conjunction. Remember that Christmas star? 0 degrees Aquarius. We'll get to that. But, so all this stuff that's rippling out. Sanctions. Drawing up plans and ideas for sanctions. That's a mercurial thing. But this chart is such a game changer because in the United States chart, way back when, the 1776 United States, we didn't know Pluto existed then, but it was here in the second house of income, money. This is like mine. This is almost like hoarding. I'm gonna take all the money. And on the ascendant, what's giving life to this chart is Jupiter and the laws and other lands. I am going to get so much money, mine, and Capricorn that has to deal with governments and establishments. Pluto, hoarding income, transforming the nature of world economics. And, you know, we created a middle class. This was very powerful, especially with democracy. Well, this has run its course. It's been a little exhausting with these plutocrat billionaires now who think they own the land and the laws. But here came our Pluto return. What's in that second house? Oh, there's no Pluto here. In fact, Pluto now is here and belongs to we the people. So it's like our natal chart has a lot of money and a lot of income, but instead of hanging on to it like it's mine, this second house, it has moved over here with our partnerships. This is our money. And since Mercury's on the ascendant, USA Mercury, look at Mercury's right there too. Everything has changed, completely changed. We have Saturn here, like on the 8th house cusp. These are debts. This is other people's money. So this is like our agreements, how we are empowered with money and wealth because we all own it or our enemy will own it. And we will take our shared resources, taxes, our agreements, and we're going to settle this right here. And this is what gives our nation life. The sun is here in the 8th house of transformation. This is how we're going to transform our shared debts, okay? Yeah, I have not been able to talk about this chart a lot, but my goodness, holy crap. So if this line here is where the sun sets, this is your partner over here, or it's your open adversary. Look at the squeeze that's getting put on that person that gets to be here. There will forever, 248 years going forward, be an emphasis on Mars and Venus. Mars is just so well suited here. Mars here in the 6th house, that is like, it does very well there because this is the area of public servants in our military. So when you have a Mars here with our military, they are in the military to serve their highest good because, you know, Virgo owns this real estate. Virgo is the compassionate servant. What can I do to serve you? What can I do to get things in order for our day-to-day routine, to be resourceful and get everything in order? And there's so much agreement because we've got Mars and Venus here. This is pure service. Excellent military. And they're like handing that off to a partner here that's going to empower them and be thoughtful with Mercury. And we're going to be really careful about who our allies and our friends are. But if we have an enemy, holy crap, look at the squeeze. Look at all that force coming down on the descendant from multiple directions to catch them so that we can't get fooled. So this was on Sunday. It's a totally different game. Game changer. Let me check in with you guys. How are you doing? Hi, Leslie. Can anyone sleep these days? Heck no, are you kidding me? Yes, capitalism too. Hi, Catherine Rodriguez. What's in store? Yes, you guys keep meditating. If you can just meditate, do it. We need to have happy, healing, steady vibes out there. So I know that the news can like entrance, you can get hypnotized by it. Any moments you can spend meditating, clearing your energies, grounding, it helps our nation so much and our friends because we're brand new. We don't want to fudge up this energy, okay? We don't want to give it away. So even if you feel like you're not doing anything, believe you me, you take that time every day to ground the energy for yourself, your community, for our nation, and our friends. That's what grounds us into, that's what's guiding us going forward. It is so powerful, you guys. So don't get overwhelmed by this stuff. Don't give your energy away to fear and stupid dictators. They're out. They're done. Okay? Spend your energy wisely on you first and your health and get grounded. Okay? Happy Monday, Holly. Hi, you guys. How you guys? Oh, buffer. Okay. I know it's hard, Leslie, but I think you can do it. Leslie, this is a redo. We're rebooted. Don't say it's hard. Say it's getting easier because we're brand new, okay? I don't know if you guys have noticed moments in your life where you're like, yeah, things really feel a bit different. Like my chart has totally flipped. I love it. I love this energy so much. I love this so much with our Pluto return. It is so much easier for me personally to navigate. And have you noticed things are moving quickly? That was the other thing because this chart, our Pluto return, you have signs on every house cusp, a different sign on every house cusp. In our natal chart, we have interceptions. So, meaning Virgo here doesn't have a house cusp. It has to wait for Leo to hand something off before she can do something with it. That's why the military was so at Don Julio's mercy. But here now, Virgo finally gets to open the gate to the third house of, communications. How about that? We have Mercury conjunct the ascendant, and it rules this third house. That's kind of awesome. And the Pluto return says we're going to have a lot of good luck there. So, and Pisces didn't get to open a house for things to get done. Now Pisces can get stuff done over here with our shared debts and the law. Virgo and Pisces couldn't do anything before. And that's why they were at the mercy of white supremacists. Hello, Neptune, Orcus, there is their oath. Dark Moon Lilith, slavery, misogyny. It's like we were in jail with this crap and we could never get any leverage. Guess what's going to happen? That's going to change. Hi, guess who's nominated to be a Supreme Court justice? Yeah, that happens. Libra had to double time with the 10th house and the 11th house. What's in the skies above Washington, D.C., and who our allies were, and having friendships and the scales of balance. And we'd always get kind of wishy-washy in making decisions. And guess who would exploit that? Our enemy. Well, now Libra doesn't have to do double time take care of the 10th and the 11th. Libra only has to worry about home, being comfy at home, protecting home. That's all she has to do. She does not have to deal with people at all. She can just hide and chill and be with her people. It's totally awesome, you guys. Very different, yeah. So, Marie, I'm trying to focus on the bigger picture, knowing we still have some things to go through and a lot to clean up. Okay, I appreciate that so much. Girl, I am telling you, we haven't even had a new moon with this Pluto return, okay? We're going to get... Wednesday, you guys, we will do our new moon wishes, and we're going to be so juiced up. I am telling you, the end of this week is going to be so different for the better. I have been saying since December, I want to hibernate until March. Guess what? March is tomorrow. I can't wait. It's here. It's here. But someone finally realized, oh, I'm late to the show. I better make a lot of noise and get this thing going. Yeah, so the sexiest man right now, initials are VZ. Tonight I am planning to show you 3 charts, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I am going to show you 3 charts related to, oh, there it is. I have to get this. You guys, it's so good. It's so good. We'll just say, I got to keep this out. He, just like POTUS was meant to be here at this time. Oh, wait till you see VZ. This is not a country. It's a person that will probably make me buffer crazily. We're going to look at his chart. We're going to look at the nation. I don't even, because we know that the AI can read words because it's buffered before in certain words. That nation, and then when he was sworn in May of 2019, holy cow. Okay. He, in his chart, we know he's an Aquarius. His sun, his soul expression, is, I think, at 5 degrees Aquarius. And he has Venus at 6 degrees Aquarius. I mean, you can't help but fall in love with this guy, especially, being an innovator, being a revolutionary. Talk about age of Aquarius. Talk about a revolutionary or a visionary, someone who's different and who marches to the beat of a different drum. And we're in love with him for so many reasons. Right? Aha. I can't wait either. I hope to be live then, but it's like now softball season, it's tryouts this week, and oh boy. He's so awesome. Oh, a V. Well, we're just going to say this for now. I probably did misspell it, but I always saw it as a V. But I know they use the V and the W interchangeably. Renye says his name starts with a W. You guys, our alphabet, I'm sorry, to me just looks different. With all those names, I can't. And even with like my, I'm pretty good with the European names because I love hockey. But even still, these kind of throw me for a loop. Hi, Debsy. Okay, so this guy's in. Don, Julio, and Vlad are out. So what should we do first? We are going to, see, I have a V. Volo. We're just going to start here because I almost fainted again looking at this chart. You'll see why. So there we go. His Sun and Venus are conjunct here in this area, the 9th house, that has to do. Oh, isn't he a lawyer too? This is the law. He is also a lawyer. Like, what doesn't he do? Okay, so he's got the Sun and Venus here. So his values, his convictions, how he can make money. Lawyer. This is ruled by Jupiter. I mean, this is Sagittarius's, real estate. But really lends to unique leadership in law that people like, that's easy on the eyes. He's very mobile and agile, so that could contribute to the dancing. But look at this. On the ascendant, he's a rising Gemini. I love it so much. So he's an excellent communicator. But this has to drive Donald nuts because he keeps showing Donald up because his rising sign is 21 degrees Gemini. Don Julio's sun is 22 degrees Gemini. Donald's moon is conjunct the descendant here. So Donald naturally sees him as an enemy and a threat that he needs to dispose of. And so as, the world turns, as the sun rises, well, wherever Don Julio is, VZ's sun will be one step ahead of him, standing right in front of him, stealing the show. He hates that. Holy crap. This caught my eye. So if you guys have been watching my channel, there's a couple of things that I talk incessantly about because those were the great global clicks in things that happened. Normally, part of it is why 2020 was so shitty. Oh my gosh. 6 eclipse, 3 Jupiter, Plutos. Is that it? I still have not been able to talk about all this stuff. But this, I call it the Great Reset, just so that I can use common language so you guys know what I'm talking about. This happened on January 12th, 2020. And there was a full moon eclipse on January 10th, 2020. And sometimes I say these interchangeably. But the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn promised a change in world power and world structure, okay? Now, we were actually very lucky that Donald did not get the first new moon to set this in motion because the new moon happened around Christmas in 2019. So who got the new moon with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that promised to change world power and structure was President Biden. He finally got to unleash it. Thank God that was a year of hell, but it was worth it because I'm telling you, if Don Julio got to stay or even got that new moon, we would be so screwed. So this is the thing, because we didn't have anything like this in Earth signs plus Uranus and Taurus for like 5,000 years or 3,000. I can't, since the 13th century, 13th dynasty of Egypt, okay? It's been a long time. The great Saturn-Pluto conjunction promised to do that. Does it kind of feel like there's been a change in world power? I've been saying our Pluto return would take down the plutocrats. Is that happening? Kind of, yeah. I knew things were going to move quickly. I'm a little bit stunned it's moved this quickly against the plutocrats. Change in world power, world structure. And on this day, this conjunction was at 22 degrees Capricorn, 47 minutes. Remember, our Pluto return is at 27 Capricorn 33. And right now, we have Mars and Venus at like 25 degrees Capricorn, right there. And that's why things are blowing up, because these are the first time returning here. This Mars is the first time returning here since our first new moon. So this is all like very new energies too. And it's blowing everything apart. Like nobody can figure this out except us, because we're smart. And so the sun that day, I think, was 21 degrees Capricorn. So it's like all this 27 degree markers in Capricorns are just so ripe to change and move and force things to happen. You can't control what's happening with the circumstances. But the other thing that happened that day, which I always watch the 17 degree mark, because the moon was at 17 degrees Leo. And then the top of the chart in Washington, D.C. was 17 degrees Capricorn. The bottom was 17 degrees Cancer. Okay? But the moon represents, do I have a red marker? The moon represents the people. So in the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which I do not have handy right now, this was in our 5th house. This is POTUS's house. Your leader, it's your creativity. It's how you like to have fun and express yourself. So this was in the 5th house. Look at Volo, his chart. Look, his moon right here. 3rd house. It is, this says it's 18 degrees, but I think it's a little bit over the 17 degree mark. His moon is there. Again, this is from January 12th, 2020. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction promised there would be a change in world power. Hello, sexiest man alive right now. World power and the structure of governments. Russia's ruble is imploding. For some reason, Ukraine is still standing. So that blew me away. Oh, look at this. He's got Saturn in the 4th house here. That's interesting. I would like to know about his father. If anyone knows anything about his background, I don't know if his dad was present when he was growing up. It's 29 degrees Leo. This gives you a spine for the long haul. So he's got a really strong back. He can take it. Donald hates this because he can't see it, because it's down here in the 4th house. People can't see this. But that's Donald's ascendant. Donald likes the limelight. I'm a rising Leo. But here comes VZ, want to spoil the party and get him impeached. Look at that coming down on him. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Those things were awesome. I loved it. Oh, and so we're just going to talk about that with his chart right now. How are you guys doing? The oligarchs want their money. Well, they should boot the guy who blew it all up. Oh, Clarence is back. I see your name. I hope you're doing well. Everybody loves you, you know. Okay. I can't wait to catch up with this chat. You guys, I love the stuff you talk about. Okay, so that's just a basic brief thing on him. That just made me so excited. He was made for this. So that's him. Oh my gosh. This is the chart for Ukraine. The moment of their proclamation of independence from the USSR, August 24th, 1991. And what do you see? You know what? I see a big stellium. I see Capricorn on the ascendant. I see some planets here in the first house. Hello. Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And I see a moon, represents the people, at 22 degrees Aquarius. I love this moon at 22 degrees Aquarius because, first of all, it's in the first house. So it's like the leader and the people are on the same page. They know who they are, and it makes them that much stronger together, okay? They know what's important, and they're going to do everything they possibly can in unique ways with their imagination to be established as such. They're even going through their Saturn return because of Saturn in Aquarius. But Saturn in Aquarius, the king killer, in the first house, and their north node, their destiny, where their path is lit going forward. 18 degrees Capricorn. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Washington, D.C. had 17 degrees Capricorn on it. That promised that as the United States experiences a change in world power and structure and government, what happens here is in the skies for everything to see. And we have Ukraine's north node conjunct the top. We can see it in the skies. And Saturn is the dispositor of Uranus and Neptune there. This is just feels like such a great place. But what I loved even more about this 22 degrees Aquarius is that, I biatched a lot about it over the fall because I really hated the double full moon we had in Aquarius, and I was really tired of Jupiter rolling around at this 22 degree mark for like a month or two because it stationed back, went retrogrades and forward here. But this is where the United States asteroid Carrie-Clow, that amazing, wonderful healer, she was married to Chiron. So if you're going to heal something, actually, she's like got the goods. She's got all the resources that like Chiron needed to heal people. And she like knew what he would need, so it would just be there. And USA Lincoln. I love Lincoln. I just have no words to. He fought so hard where, his proclamation of emancipation of the slaves was kind of a military strategy he used in the war versus the South. Well, then it became the reason for which it became the moral reason, the country that we were to become. How can you enslave someone? And it's because of Lincoln that the United States has such good world standing on issues of democracy and human rights. I mean, like, Lincoln really paved the way for that, for our world power and our standing as a nation. And the people of Ukraine, that is their moon. We have a really deep connection with them. The very last degree in their first house is 27 degrees. And 27 degrees Aquarius is the United States natal moon. We have such a fondness for them. We are on their side. Going forward, we're right there. That's why we feel so connected with them. And even though we had our Pluto return, the moon was 22 degrees Libra. So it's still trining their moon with so much harmony over here and over here. Lands far away. But the thing, are you guys with me so far? How are you guys doing? Oh yeah, thumbs up, please. I'm going to do me a thumbs up. Hi, you guys. Okay. Okay. But the thing, when I knew without a doubt, Ukraine and Volo, the chosen ones, part of the next big thing is because this chart of Ukraine, I love this so much. Their second house, your values, your income, your substance, your comfort. You know, like this is you eating, like your family food that sustains you and how you eat and you're nourished in a sense is 28 degrees Aquarius. This is like this is money income. At the Great Reset, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, Venus was 28 degrees Aquarius. How do you like me now? Guess who's here that is going to help lead the way around the globe for capitalism, for trade, for income, for all things Venusian. Venus also being women. I mean, they could really do some radical things with women's rights and human rights. They are going to do stuff amazing. It's like they are part of the new dynasty that was also promised to happen on December 21st, the Christmas star. Now, at the end of the year in December 2020, at the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. We went through all this stuff. And at the very end of the year, it's like we have one more thing, though, that we have to bring to you this year that will happen in the future. We will have a great conjunction, and this is going to change signs into an air sign, into Aquarius. And the last time that happened was like, I don't know, 500 AD or something. But what the ancients said about the Saturn-Jupiter in Aquarius, because this happens every 20 years or so, and this now is going to stay in an air sign every time we have the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction for the next 200 years. For the next 200 years, there will be a new dynasty. And it will take 10 years for the world to adjust. Saturn at 1 degrees Aquarius. The Saturn-Jupiter conjunction was at 0 degrees Aquarius. We're seeing something big in the making right now. Which brings me to him being sworn in last May 20th. Holy cow. Can you believe this, you guys? Can you believe this? Oh, thank you, Linda. You love when I talk with my hands. So we got that going with this leader, the world's sexiest man. But, oh my Lord, goodness. He was sworn in May 20th, 2019. The thing I saw first, look at this, you guys. Look what got triggered. Last November 19th, we had that massive full moon eclipse, partial eclipse in Taurus. It lasted like 5 hours. Everyone was going crazy about it because also this full moon was at exactly 27, 28 degrees Taurus. He was sworn in on May 20th. We have Mercury at 27 degrees Taurus, the sun at 28 degrees Taurus. At that full moon, the north node was right there. So, and the south node, holy crap, I didn't even see that, was down here. Now, Taurus is intercepted in this chart. So, since 2019, Volo has really been at the mercy of everything else. He can't do anything. The sun, Mercury and Venus and Uranus, he has all these great ideas. He wants to do all these things, but in the skies above him, the midheaven is at 14 Aries and then Gemini. This is ruled by Mars. So he has to wait for something to be offered to him to be able to do it. Mars is aggression. At the time, it was Don Julio was in office. But get this, the moon was at 16 degrees Sagittarius. I mean, no wonder he was pegged for a war against him by Donald. And I'm going to say China because China's fingerprints are all over on this now too, and Russia. Since we started looking at asteroids, the deadliest, nastiest, most ruinous asteroid we've discovered and talked about is this asteroid Wuhan. Obviously Wuhan, coronavirus from Wuhan, China. It was very active on 9/11. It was Pearl Harbor in the 1918 plague. Wuhan asteroid, when it strikes, it destructs, destroys, tears things apart, and it's just in ruins, okay? Donald's natal Wuhan asteroid is 16 degrees Sagittarius. That's where the moon was when he was sworn in. We got our hands tied. President can't really do much. Everybody can see that. It's very frustrating. And he's being harassed. 5th house of a sun. The moon is in the 5th house. He's being harassed by Don Julio. And this Jupiter at 22 degrees Sagittarius next to Donald's moon. He loves doing this, and he's going to do everything he can to make life miserable here. Because also, like at 15 degrees, 59 minutes. No, it was 53 minutes for both China and Russia. Russia's 5th house cusp here is 15 Sag 53. That's the leader. So whatever Donald and Xi and Putin are going to decide to do with unleashing a war on someone, Donald has the energy. He'll bring it to F everything up and ruin the laws surrounding it. Putin, 5th house of the sun, he's going to lead it. China, their chart, 15 degrees, 53 minutes exactly, 11th house. These are your friends, your networks, your dreams, your wishes. The allies, the networks. Hacking. So Putin's going to bring the leadership. China's going to hide back here in the background with the networks, and just, they're all going to get to their Wuhan business. So Donald messed everything up, got impeached for it. Putin just attacking all the time, and came up with a strategic plan to sometime take over Ukraine. That's been in the making since he was inaugurated. May 20th, 2019. In fact, July 2019 is the whole do me a favor though conversation. July 2019 is when, or was it 28? I think it was 2019 when Don Julio dismantled the pandemic response book. Whatever, okay? Putin made the long-range plans. What do we have now? Belarus. That dude lost his election. The Belarusians have been amazing in their protests and how steadfast they've been against him. But he lost, whatever his name is, lost the election. The woman won. But he just stole it, and you know, he's got, keep hanging out with Putin. That's how long they have been working on this plan to take Ukraine. But Putin is sloppy and lazy for entertainment purposes only. He messed it up. And he picked a really bad time to mess it up with everything going on in 2020, Donald not getting reelected, and our Pluto return. You know what? If he had struck a week earlier like we expected, he would have done a lot more damage. But thankfully, he didn't. And now, this is the consequence of that, okay? So, this is what's going on. Holy cow! Holy cow! Look at this. This is the 6th house of public service, your military, your health, your doctors, everything. He is sworn in. Pluto is at 22 degrees, 59 minutes in Capricorn. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction is 22 degrees Capricorn. Can you even, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction sat squarely on their Pluto, life, death, transformation, but in this area of military, can do, fight. They are freaking out because they're going up against this military machine they thought they would roll over within 48 hours. It hasn't happened. I know things are tenuous right now. But I would put my money on him. He was meant to be here. Holy crap. And looky here, the part of fortune, the most fortunate part of a chart, it's the calculation between the sun and the moon, is at 22 degrees Aquarius the day he was sworn in. The Ukraine chart, the people, 22 Aquarius. It is so amazing. Oh, looky here too. At the bottom of the chart, the thing anchoring, Volo's swearing in, USA Saturn is 14 degrees right here. And the courts, the scales of justice in the United States is what this, like a fulcrum that it balances on. I mean, it does its own thing, but having an influential partner like that, it's balancing on this. It has really, really great backing on the other side of the world. Isn't that amazing? It's so amazing. Let me check in with you guys. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. I'm glad that you needed this now. And thank you, Linda Foster. Jack D, he said Queen knows her shite. She has a constant and consistent flow. I do. And I need to get my hair cut, speaking of flow. Okay, so you guys got, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you guys, that this has just made me so happy. Just looking at these 3 charts. And so the thing is, this Saturn Jupiter, okay, so we had that. This one we had in 2020. They happen every 20 years, okay? The ancients said when this happens, an Aquarius, in comes a new dynasty. The world takes 10 years to adapt to. Well, when it was in 2000, it was in an earth sign. I poop you not, Saturn, Jupiter, was at 24 degrees Capricorn, the year 2000. This is Donald's midheaven, the top of his chart. We had this conjunction, the establishment and the expansion of Venus and Taurus things. Venus and Taurus, Saturn here, authority with money. Taurus, wealth, expanded That's oligarchs. Taurus being stubborn, mine, that, and refusing to pass it on and share the good. It's kind of like having the authority to hoard and take everything. Conjunct Donald's midheaven, and everything just kind of seemed to fall in place for him. I don't know where that is in Vlad's chart, but this was another thing that was really propelling him to assume the highest office in the world, because a Saturn Jupiter was conjunct his midheaven. Now it's not, and he's very angry and doesn't understand where all of his stuff went, and he wants to go back to that, and he can't. Sorry, Charlie. Too bad, so sad. He's screwed. He's totally screwed. Okay. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you, Jack D. Hi, Jelly Hansen. Yeah, it's late. I know. I was going super late because we got back into town late from Wisconsin. Okay. Oh, God. So, I need to talk about something else with this. Like, I haven't even been able to look at my throat just went dry, which means you guys, we had to talk. We have to. No, just one more thing, too. One more thing. Before we switch gears. Because I can't forget to show you this again. Pluto Return. Okay, I got all my stuff in a binder, so at least if I can't find something, it's all together. Holy crap. Just, oh my God. Okay, so, oh my God. This. The Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, I haven't been able to talk about much. Let's go here. I know this is a big mess. We really need to stay here. It's going to give you some more faith. And I'm even going to get my cheat sheet, my cheat notes, so I can explain this properly. Thank you, Sexiest Man, VZ. Okay, this is just all we're gonna talk about the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. These guys are toast, and they just cannot handle it. So the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction happens about every, 13 years. 12 to 13 years, because it takes Jupiter 12 years to go around. Depending where Pluto is, it'll hit it. But this conjunction, you remember, Jupiter, that magnificent planet of faith, hope, optimism. I have to show you this one thing. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. Where is it? No! I went to the toy store, Austin, Wisconsin. You guys, I have props. I haven't opened it yet. But I'm going to take out these planets. And so I can explain things better to you. And then I got this for asteroids. You know, because so we'll be doing this. Jupiter. Where are you, Jupiter, Pluto, Jupiter, Pluto, Jupiter, Pluto? Jupiter, Pluto, Jupiter, Pluto. I know you're over here. Jupiter, Jupiter. Okay, here we go. Okay. Jupiter. Okay, so I was buffering. I'm waiting for it to come back on my end because I had to reboot. I have to skip these ads. Yeah, what did Jupiter ever do to you, YouTube? We love YouTube. We love YouTube. So, I said two names that I think hit. Okay. You put these together, hit okay. That's so I don't know what we'll just call them. We'll call them AH. Okay. Took down AH and because I'm telling you, AI can read. You know, this guy, Moose, O-E, Ni. Put them together. I don't even know what his first name is. Call him M. This conjunction is what brought down AH and M. But like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted, YouTube. We love you. When they came together, you know, Jupiter was orbiting pretty quickly. When Jupiter is moving quickly, it can like cover. It can almost go 1 degree a day. Okay? But in 2020, these two were traveling in tandem, and Jupiter slowed down right as it got to Pluto, and Pluto then decided to go retrograde with Jupiter, and then they both decided to go forward at the same time. So there were 3 passes of this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. One was at 22 degrees Capricorn. You know that Saturn-Pluto conjunction I was talking about? Change in world power, world structure. And then 2 of them were at 24 degrees Capricorn, the thing that I called the can opener eclipse from the 2019 July 16th awful, horrible full moon eclipse. So this thing had 3 passes. It only took one to take down the AH and the M mofo. Okay? So what does it do then? When you, so these are my notes. So presidents and PMs or other leaders who try to own and run the world, because this Pluto gives them that fire, that obsession. They really feel like they rule the world, and they were meant to do it because they can just feel this power, Hades, god of the underworld, just crackling through their body, and they get whatever they want. They really get a high off of it. So when they try to run their countries as if they own it, they're then voted out by landslides. They can be jailed, but they always face defeat. Okay, so who's going to be defeated? Don Julio was defeated. So was that guy. Now we've got Stub and his chump in that country. There will be more. Oh, I have here Jupiter on the same side as Pluto's, and the Plutocrats will be finished. They're going to be finished. This often hits tyrants and dictators, sometimes 2 times. They're getting hit 3 times, you guys. Jupiter and Pluto's sign, it's a big fall from power. It is a disgrace. They die, or they're near death at defeat. Jupiter and Pluto. Jupiter is what brings us hope in the absolute very worst of times. The very, very worst of times. 2020 was really awful. Jupiter was the thing that brought hope, and it is the beginning of the end for anyone acting like a big Pluto. June 6, 1944 fell on the cycle, and we saw D-Day. That was the beginning of the end of that place. July 20th, 1944, there was a bomb assassination attempt for H, who lost his hearing. And April 11th, 1968, the USA signed the Civil Rights Act after the assassination of MLK. Jupiter Pluto in 2007, Pelosi became the first woman speaker. And she rose with that power, but then she rose again in 2020 with this Jupiter-Pluto cycle again, and she impeached Don Julio. So if you act like a Pluto, Jupiter is going to come and take you down and blow that to smithereens. So there were 3 passes. Like I said, are you ready to see this, you guys? This was the 3rd Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. And what do you see? The top of the chart in the skies for everyone to see at the 3rd pass. Capricorn 2751. Freaking USA Pluto. Our Pluto return. We just had that. This is in like the cosmic memory. It's in the Earth's crust. That was the top of the chart. What Jupiter Pluto promised to do, blow this crap up because these a-holes. Oh, and look at Capricorn. They were intercepted here in the 9th house of law. So what happened at the time? Don Julio acting like a Pluto. I'm going to shut this case down. Bill Barr's going to shut this case down. I'm going to destroy this. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to flush that. And nobody can do anything about it. But hey now, Pluto return, freeze this up. And we're going to get movement now with this 9th house lands far away and our law and the Justice Department. Okay? And this 3rd pass of this Jupiter-Pluto, where was the moon? It was 18 degrees Libra conjunct Venus, ruling the moon, kissing the moon at our Pluto return, 22 Libra, in the 6th house of service. How do you like me now? Oh, and right now, and the sun that day was 20 degrees Scorpio conjunct the asteroid Potomac, USA defenses. This is asteroid Trumper has been here since that Pluto. It's been here. It's been here. Oh, and the solar eclipse we had at the USA Galactic Center at the 8th house. They're just screwed. They're done. They're done. They're done. I just don't even know how many more times I can say that. They're done. So yeah, I just had, yeah, you act like a Pluto, your Jupiter's going to blow it up. That was the Saturn Jupiter. And the one last thing I just have to mention, I know it is so late for a Sunday night and I'm, was out of town this weekend, but things are going to be moving quickly and we just have to make sure we talked about this, okay? How are you guys doing? I need something to drink. When the heck are they going to get Bill behind bars? That's a good question. Okay. Strawberry, you're a teacher after my own heart. I love props to with teaching. Thank you, Strawberry. Okay. So, what I've been getting, what's been going... Oh my God, this is the one thing I forgot to tell you guys. Okay. How do I say? You guys, holy crap. The last live I did, and I talked about it earlier tonight. I was like looking at the Pluto return, the quarter moon. I'm like, number one, who goes out there and starts a war at the 3rd quarter moon when you have no juice left with this lunation? Dumb, 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 dumb. You're fired. And let's say you had an astrologer, but then you pick some tarot cards for Stub, Vlad. Your plan to do it. He has 2 pip cards. He's got a 2 of wands and another 2 reversed. Are you going to hire that guy? No. No, you're going to do this big, gigantic type of war. And that's all you got? Seriously, that's all you have. How pathetically irresponsible, unprepared, unprofessional. Fired, right? And I was like, who would hire them? Especially, and this is why I went crazy last week and had to go live. Who would hire them? Especially when you have a yod. And then I realized, oh, China was the only one that had the yod, the finger of God, the fate of what was to unfold last week. I knew without a doubt China was involved with this whole spectacular thing because we know Vlad is sloppy and he has no forethought. but someone else's stealth to carry it all out, right? A yod is a specific triangle, 60 degrees here, anchors this triangle. This is 150 degrees, 150 degrees. You see a yod in charts, like if you're going to like start a war, death charts prominent. But when things happen, it's fated, it's karmic. So I was like, who would hire him if these pip cards, third quarter moon, and this yod anchored with USA Pluto at 27 degrees with the Pluto return, and Biden's sun, which is at 27 degrees Scorpio. You've got a big, huge, oh, my battery's going to go. Oh, crap. I might lose. So we'll finish this part. This creates tension pointing to a specific point, 27 degrees Gemini. Remember, I was freaking out about this last time because I've been carrying my little notes with the 27 degree mark, how significant it was because it had to do with the eclipses when Biden was overseas. Like last June, it was pointing to all that. The asteroid chaos was there. Something else, something else, something else. VZ. He's the missing piece. His Jupiter. In the first house. Hope. Expansion. Taking down Pluto's 27 degrees Gemini. Hello. That is his Jupiter. Do you realize what kind of power he's riding on? Biden. And this was also the sun at the divine feminine. Hello. Came back November 19th, 2019 and 20. I know, it's a lot. I just had to get this out here, okay? Yeah. This is happening, you guys. This is much more comfortable. We're going to win. We are going to win. Keep your faith. Ground yourself. Stay clear. Don't get obsessed. Don't get hypnotized with this news. Your job, we're not even to our new moon yet, is to stay level-headed, purge the crap you don't need, make space, smudge, take care of you, take your fiber, keep things moving, okay? Energy's clear. Kindness, love to you no matter what, okay? So I am going to end this here because this thing's going to die, okay? So thank you, Paisley. High level heads are rolling and NK. I just can't even. I just am so done with them. They're boring. Whatever, NK. Just not impressed. Putin is firing people tonight because he needs to blame someone. Fine. He's a loser. He lost a long time ago, right? Okay. Jack T. Yeah, stay away from windows. Thank you, Holly Coleman. Thank you, Julie Hanson. Thank you, Danielle. Good night, everyone. Good night, Charlie. Thank you, Deb Z. Clarence. Good night. Good night, Carmen. Good night, Rosie. Have a great day. Okay, let's have a really great week. It's going to be pretty awesome, okay? Good night. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jack D. Thank you, Marie and Bonnie. Bye.